Hello friends, I hope you are all fine and doing very well. Welcome to Quick Code for learning and grasping knowledge to grab a quick job for you. It is very quickly, you can understand the slogan says that quick code, you can learn code quickly here. Okay, so we are learning quick things, easy things, but very important things here. So welcome to lesson 2, and in this lesson you will learn so much. So take your mind and eyes here, and with 100 focus, let's start it. So here we will learn in this lesson what is the difference between HTML and HTML5, how to declare HTML5, or how to let the browser know that we are using HTML5 not HTML, and what are the different types or headings, and what are attributes and how do they work, and why we need attributes, how to use links in your pages, like a user click on a link and go to another page or visit another page, how this happens and how can we create this, how to use images in your pages, and some non-clothing tags that don't have any clothing tag. Okay, so we will learn in this lesson these 7 things. Okay, so here the first thing, what is the difference between HTML and HTML5? There are some versions of HTML released in their best times. In 1991, HTML was the best version. People say that this is mind-blowing. And in 1995, HTML 2.0 and so forth. And nowadays, HTML5 is the very latest and stable version as compared to different versions. And HTML5 have more options than HTML or XHTML or HTML 2.0 or 3.2 or 4.01. Okay, so there is just this thing. In HTML we use tags, and HTML5 we use tags, but the tags are now displaying with very mannerful, with semantic looking, so that have a very good meaning, and SEO, the browser search engine optimization, get help from these HTML tags to let the user the correct thing they want to get. How do I declare HTML5 in web browser? Yeah, I know, I love HTML5, but can you tell me how can I use this version in my web browser or in other browsers? So no problem, just you have to type in the top of the document that look like this, doc type HTML, and the exclamation mark comes first, then doc type. I use this caps letter here, uppercase. You can use different types. It is actually not case sensitive, so you can declare doc type to lower or caps lock on, or uppercase or capitalize, or whatever you want. Just you have to type this to tell the browser to work properly, and it will make your page more stable and looking more good. And I want to tell you that this doc type HTML don't have any clothing tag. So remember this. Let me show you on a notepad. So just we jump to our desktop. Here we are, and here is our page that we created in the first lesson. So just we are going to edit it. So I just open with and go to Notepad and wait for it. Here is my coding. So just I need to type here. So now it is called HTML5 document. Or you can use, or you can declare doc type as something doc type, or doc type, or something look like this. It is very in case sensitive, so you can use any kind of case, but I recommend is use in uppercase doc type. So it will shout the browser, so here it is HTML5 document. So remember this. Okay, just I need to save the file, or click on save, or just Control S, and then I jump to our desktop and check it. Sorry. So this is our page is looking, and you can see that nothing is changed, but the browser or SEO engine know that it is changed into HTML5. I can inspect it to get the developer tools of Google Chrome, and here you can see .html. If I zoom it for you, you can see doc type HTML. Okay, the next thing is types of headings. There are many types of heading. Heading 1, H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 with these closing tags. Now what they do, let me check, or let me show you in the browser. And wait a minute. So as you can see, I'm opening this page side to side. This is my source code and this is my web page is looking. So here I'm going to just delete this, and this is my, and Control save. Now this is only H1 heading is available there. So now I'm going to use H2 heading to show you what is the difference between this heading. This is heading number 2. Okay, just I'm going to save it. Remember to save it first, then reload your web page, and you can see the heading number 2 is smaller than the heading number 1. What is this? Actually, the H1 is the biggest heading, the H2 is the subheading of H1, and then the H3 is the another subheading of H2, H4 is the subheading of H3, H5 is the subheading of H4, and H6 is the subheading of H5. So it may look like confusing, but it is not. Right, H3, this heading number 3 slash H2 slash H3. I'm using here H3, so I have to close with H3. You can add space between these, it's totally up to you. Okay, I'm going to save it first, and then as you can see that this heading is more smaller. Now if I use H4 here, and refresh my page, nothing is happening. Why? Because I have to save it first. So I just press Ctrl S and then come here and run it. As you can see, this is my first heading, which is H1. This is my second heading, which is H2. This is my third heading, which is H3, and this is my fourth heading, which is H5. Now the next heading is H5. So this is heading number 5, and just save it, run it, and you can see this is heading number 5. H6, the last and the least heading. So this is our heading number 6. We are going to save it and refresh it, and you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6. There are 6 headings in HTML. The first one is the biggest, then the second is less than the first one, then the third is less than the second one, then the fourth is less than the third one, then the 5 is less than the fourth one, and then 6 is less than the fifth one. So this is all about heading. So it's up to you, where are you using these headings. Like if you are writing something, or you got a paragraph that have a heading and a chapter heading. So first you have to use the chapter heading, like this is, like I will show you, wait a minute, like I can say this chapter number 1. Okay, so I can say this is my this is my first heading, and then I use H3 /H3, which is a subheading of H2. And then I use here, I can say HTML course is easy, or to be formal, just use this. Wait, Control S, oops, Control S, and then here you can see this, and then I can use a paragraph here. Hello to the future, we are learning HTML. Just save it and run it. So you can use this thing as it is. I just copy paste this stuff, Control S for save, and then refresh it. As you can see this in a very good view. This is my chapter 1, HTML course is easy, hello to the future, we are running HTML5. So this is total concept of heading. Okay, our next thing is attributes. All HTML elements can have attributes. Wait, what are attributes actually? Attributes are the additional information that provide in the opening tag, okay, or in the starting tag. What is the structure of this? HTML, there are many kind of attributes like width, height, background color, and many more. So just you have to type that thing and then the value of that thing. Here is something like its syntax looks like this: name equal to value. So remember some common rules of using attributes, that attributes should be the value of attributes should be closed within quotation marks. You can also close without quotation marks, but it is very bad habit. You have to close it in quotation marks. Remember this. If you don't choose quotation marks, sometimes you get error that you want. Okay, so just make in your mind that you have to use these quotation marks first. Or src for source, href for hyperreference, width and height, and many others. And you can say, or you are saying to me maybe while watching this video, what is this man is teaching about? Even if I don't know this src, and how can I use it? So don't be panic, we are going to use all these things in this lesson. Okay, so let's jump to our HTML page. This is our HTML page. Okay, this is our source code file. Okay, I'm going to delete all for now. And I want to use the attributes. The topic of my the next topic is attributes. I just rename it as attributes. Okay, Control S, Alt Tab, F5, and you can see attributes are here, but these are not attributes. Actually, this is a heading of attribute. So now we are going to use attributes in actual world. First, I want to show you the image tag, how we can use this thing. So just type img. Oops. Always use small letters in tags. This is my image tag, and remember the image tag don't have any kind of closing tag. Okay, within img, to display, I want to display an image on my web browser, so I use img tag. And the browser don't know what kind of tag, browser don't know what kind of image or which image a user or a coder want to include. So we are going to give some extra information, and that information is known as attributes. So just I'm going to in the image tag and then click space button here, and then I go to src to tell the browser this is my source file. You have to open this kind of image, then equal to, and then the value of that thing. So this source is actually name, the source is name, equal to, and then the quotation marks, and within quotation marks we are going to set the value, and that value is actually the name of the image. So here is our document, and here is images folder. So just I am going to open it for a while, and this is a jpg sweet.jpg. okay, I can zoom it for you so you can look it at. Just I copy this name, while click on the image and press F2 to rename it. Control A to select its extension and Control C to copy it all. Then I come back here and type this thing, Control V. Okay, Control S, and I have to give its location because browser don't know where it is. So Control C, it is known as absolute location, so I am giving the browser an absolute location. Okay, then I just press Control S and come back to my browser and press F5, and you can see this is very big image that is displaying here. Okay, this is very big, I want it small, so I can give some more additional information to the browser to set the width or height of the image with my demand. So I just write width equals to quotation marks and tell how many pixels it should be wide. So I use 120 or 300 pixels. Control S and then come here and press F5. As you can see, this is my width of 300 pixels and the image is displaying very well. If you can set the height of the image optionally, HEIGHT for height attribute, and tell the browser it should be 400 pixel wide. Control S and come back here, press F5. So nothing is changed for you, but it is a very slightly different. I can use like 700 to tell you that it is working. Now as you can see, 700 pixels, the height is 700 pixels and the width is 300 pixels, but the image is stretched. For this problem, just use the width tag so the browser can have the ability to auto complete the height tag with the dimension of width tag. That means that the image will not stretch when you use this. I just press Ctrl S and you can see this is the image come back to its original position. So this is attribute src, this is width in another attribute. I can use many attributes in a single HTML tag. Okay, another attribute is href attribute, which comes in a link tag. So what are links? A is equal to A and /A. Then I am going to write here text, or I can use this. This is my link, and Ctrl S and come back here and press F5. You can see it. This is my link, but it is not clickable. You can't click on it or get to another page. So how do we do this? We are going to provide an additional information to this A tag that it is a hyperreference. So I just write href. H means hyper and ref means reference. So I just use this hyper reference attribute here, and then equal to, and then double quotation marks. So this is my attribute. Just I use anything, like I can say google.com www.google.com https. So this is my, when I click on it, the page goes to this link. Or I can use another thing like hyperpage.html. Control S, F tab, F5, and you can see here this is my link and it is clickable. But when I click on it, nothing is displayed. Why? Because what our link is saying, that when the user click on this text, take the user and come to this page, and this page is not existing. So we are going to make this page. Just copy the text here, Control C with its extension, and duplicate it, Control C, Control V to make it more. Duplicate, here it's copy, so just rename it Control A, Control V. Yes, it is completed. Just open with Notepad and change it something. My page, new page, Control S, cross it. So these are my two pages. The first one is awesome.html, the second one is hyperpage.html. I linked the hyperpage.html in the awesome page HTML. So let me show you. Here I'm using the heading tag, then the image, and then the link tag, and this link tag showing you the hyper reference of that page, okay, that we just created. So just Control S for saving and come back here and refresh the page. So you can see this is my link. Just click on it and this is my new page that we just created. You can come back here. So this is the actual size of this page. You can just click on it and you can get to that page. So you can use www.google.com, youtube.com, facebook.com. It's totally up to you. What are you making for? So this is a very basic knowledge about links. We will revise these all things. Just you have to be determined. You have to practice yourself. Okay friends, some are non-closing tags that I'm going to tell you. The first thing, the image tag that I used is a non-closing tag. As you can see, I don't close any image like /img. Okay, the link tag ahref, then this is my link, the text which is clickable, and /a, I am closing this tag. So it is it have a closing tag, so I can say that it is not a non-closing tag. So the image tag is a non-closing tag. That means that it don't have any closing tag. Some other tags also don't have any closing tag. That is break line and horizontal line. Okay, so I will show you in just minutes. Open this page awesome.html, and here you can see attributes, my image, and this link. Here this link is displaying in a single line, but if you want to display this link below this image, how can you do this? This is very simple. You can do this with HTML. Just you have to break the tag. Just you use something like this, br. Just do this. You don't have to close this thing because it is a non-closing tag. That means it don't have any closing tag. Just Control S and come back to your page, refresh it. You can say the line is break and the link comes below the image. But if I use br, Control C, and again br and again br, this means that you are breaking the lines so many times. I'm breaking the line here 4 times, and you can see that the 4 lines, the link left the 4 lines, and then the link is printed. So this is totally up to you how you use your break line tag. And then my next example is a paragraph tag. P for paragraph tag /p. Inside it I want to write something like this: hello. How are you? What are you doing? Are you learning HTML? I just Control S and come back to here and press F5, and the paragraph is printed. But if you want to break, or if you want to print this line in below the hello world line, how can you do this? So if I do this like, are you learning HTML, Control S and F5, the thing is changes, because the paragraph tag don't do this. It ignores the extra spaces or white spaces. So I just use the br tag here, okay, and Control S and then press F5, and you can see the br tag is working. The next tag is the horizontal tag. So what is this actually horizontal tag? Just use the tag and write HR for horizontal tag, and this is meant by it will print a horizontal line here. So just Control S and press F5, and you can see a very beautiful horizontal line is appeared. So you can section your web pages using this horizontal line.